Welcome back, everyone, and thank you for joining this deep and exciting journey where we explore one of the most surprising and unbelievable stories in modern coin collecting, the story of the 2010 Liberty Dime from the United States, a coin that most people pass by without a second thought, a coin that fits between your fingertips so lightly that you barely notice its weight. Yet it hides possibilities so extraordinary that collectors and treasure hunters around the world have kept their eyes sharpened for the rarest of rare examples that may be hiding in your own change rolls, your drawers, old jars, forgotten boxes, or inherited family collections. Today we dive into a world where a 10-cent coin, a simple small dime minted in 2010 with a Denver Mint mark, could be worth an astonishing $812,000 million in numismatic imagination and rarity speculation because of the extreme error possibilities, the minting anomalies, the mistakes that slipped past machinery, and the once-in-a-lifetime structures that elevate a normal coin into the realm of historical treasure. This journey begins the moment you open your mind to how even the smallest detail on a coin can transform its story and make its value soar far beyond its face value. As we start exploring this powerful and fascinating subject, imagine holding a 2010 dime in your hand, its familiar silver-colored surface reflecting the light, its edge reeded with tiny lines chiseled with precision, its face bearing the portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. It seems ordinary, it seems familiar, it seems like the same dime millions of people carry every single day without ever looking at it carefully. And yet, hidden among the mass-produced common examples there exist pieces touched by rare circumstances, coins that survived the chaos of minting errors, mechanical failures, double stamping, striking problems, misplaced mint marks, off-center formations, planchet flaws, and chemical inconsistencies that can give birth to something unique, wildly rare, and astronomically valuable. These coins become legends, passed from one collector to another with stories that grow deeper each year. Because the truth of coin collecting is simple, the story behind the coin dramatically shapes its value, and the rarer the story, the higher the price soars. So picture yourself beginning this journey by imagining the year 2010, the Denver Mint operating at full speed, producing millions of United States circulating dimes, each struck with purpose and speed. The machines are designed to operate flawlessly, striking perfect impressions, forming clean images and strong details. But whenever machinery meets metal, perfection is never guaranteed. A slight vibration, a shifted die, a cracked die, a clogged device, an improperly prepared planchet, a misalignment of the stamping pressure, or even the smallest dust or grease particle can create a phenomenon collectors call an error coin. These errors are not intentional. They are accidents of history, moments where normality is interrupted by a glitch, and that glitch escapes unnoticed until the coin enters circulation, where years later someone discovers it, and the entire numismatic community awakens to study, authenticate, classify, and evaluate it. The 2010 dime holds a world of possibilities for rare errors. Some collectors report discovering off-center strikes where part of the design is missing but enough remains to confirm authenticity. Others find double die adverse examples where subtle doubling can appear in the lettering, especially around the word liberty, or in God we trust. There are examples of die cracks that create raised lines like tiny rivers across the surface. There are planchet errors where the metal blank was improperly prepared, resulting in missing layers, incorrect thickness, or clipped edges where the planchet was punched too close to another blank. On extremely rare occasions, a coin might receive a broad strike, a wrong planchet strike, or even the unbelievable event of a coin struck on a foreign planchet, which has happened multiple times in United States coin history. Each of these errors adds complexity, rarity, and value, but the dream lies in the rarest combinations, the nearly impossible occurrences that only a handful of collectors on Earth may ever hold. Imagine the excitement of a treasure hunter searching through thousands of coins, only to find one tiny detail that shifts everything. A mint mark placed imperfectly, slightly out of position, with traces of repunching visible under magnification. A doubling on Roosevelt's eye or the lettering along the rim. A pressure variation that elongated the details. These microscopic mysteries give life to the hobby. The collectors who chase these details are not simply seeking wealth, they seek stories, they seek uniqueness, they seek the chance to hold something that exists nowhere else in the world. That is the magic buried inside a small piece of metal that most people overlook. And now picture this, the theoretical extreme example of the 2010 Liberty Dime, the one that has captured imaginations and turned a 10-cent piece into something believed to have the potential to command a staggering $812,000 million. How does a coin reach such a figure in speculation? It happens when extreme rarity meets extreme condition, mixed with historical significance and the dramatic impact of a once-in-a-lifetime era combination. Whenever collectors encounter a coin that appears impossibly unique, such as one struck with overlapping errors, a mint mark anomaly, an incomplete planchet, and doubling all on the same coin, the value doesn't just rise steadily, it skyrockets like a rocket breaking past the atmosphere. This fusion of errors creates something no machine can replicate, and no mint can intentionally produce again. That uniqueness transforms the dime into a priceless artifact. But rarity alone is not enough. Condition matters, more than many beginners realize. A coin with a rare error in poor condition is still valuable, but nowhere near the astronomical values assigned to those in pristine, gem mint, untouched states. A perfect or near-perfect example, one that somehow survived circulation without any dings, scratches, or rubbing, leaps into a different category altogether. Such a coin becomes the crown jewel of a collection, the masterpiece everyone wants but only one person in the world may ever possess. That is why coin collectors treat high-grade coins with awe, because a coin in perfect condition from a common year might still hold modest value, but a rare error coin in perfect condition can become legendary. Think of the people who have discovered rare coins by accident. Ordinary individuals cleaning their drawers or sorting leftover change suddenly stumble upon a coin that looks slightly off, a detail that appears misaligned, a lettering form that seems doubled. They take it to an expert, and suddenly their lives change. The idea that a simple dime could hide such potential value creates a feeling of excitement, not just for collectors but for anyone who has ever handled coins. That possibility alone makes this adventure thrilling. A priceless treasure may be hiding in plain sight, waiting for the right pair of eyes. Let your imagination follow the life of a 2010 dime that carries one of these extraordinary errors. It may have begun at the Denver Mint, escaping unnoticed as it fell from the striking chamber into bins filled with thousands of coins. It traveled through banks, stores, pockets, and transactions. It might have sat in a coin jar for years before being rediscovered, its true identity waiting silently beneath a layer of dust. When a collector finally inspects it carefully, the details reveal themselves slowly. They notice the off-center strike, then the doubling on the lettering, then the mint mark anomaly. The excitement grows. They examine it under magnification, comparing it with known varieties, feeling their heartbeat rise as they realize they are holding something extraordinary. And as this story unfolds, we continue deeper into the world of minting mistakes. The Denver Mint, like all U.S. mint branches, uses enormous high-pressure presses to strike coins. Dies strike planchets with incredible force, carving designs with precision. These dies eventually wear out, developing cracks or distortions. When a worn die continues producing coins, it creates varieties like die chips, die fills, ghosting effects, or weak strikes. Collectors treasure such details, especially when they are dramatic or visually significant. The 2010 dime, being a modern coin, typically shows clean details, so any unusual feature stands out sharply and becomes even more desirable. The possibilities don't end there. Some coins may exhibit reeded edge anomalies where the edge appears incomplete or irregular. Others might show slight color variations caused by metallurgical inconsistencies. A few may have retained planchet marks that normally vanish after striking. Each of these variations can add layers of interest and value, especially when combined with major striking errors. As you listen, imagine the world of collectors discussing these finds, sharing images, debating authenticity, studying each angle of the coin, and piecing together the story behind each mistake.